You're tired, aren't you? Not the kind of tired that a nap or a weekend can fix. This is soul-deep tired, the kind of tired that comes from carrying too much for too long, and still being expected to smile and function like everything's fine. Money. Why is it always about money? You tell yourself you shouldn't care so much. You try to be grateful. You try to trust the universe. You whisper affirmations. You visualize. You surrender. But when the rent is due, when your account balance dips below survival level, when the bills pile up and there's no miracle in sight, what do? How do you hold on when even the holding on is exhausting? Maybe right now you feel like you're barely above water. Maybe you've cried in secret, screamed into pillows, wondered if life is punishing you. Or maybe you're past the point of crying. You're just numb now, on autopilot, doing what you can to stay alive in a system that doesn't feel built for someone like you. Let me tell you something, and I want you to hear it loud and clear. You're not lazy, you're not a failure, you're not cursed. You're in a world that often rewards coldness and competition, and you're sensitive, you're heart-led. You're trying to live with soul in a system that worships grind. Of course it's hard. Nobody talks about the shame that comes with money struggles, how it seeps into your identity, how it makes you question your worth, how it isolates you, makes you afraid to reach out, to ask for help, to even admit what's really going on. You see others thriving, new homes, new cars, holidays, glowing Instagram stories, and you wonder, what am I doing wrong? Why is it so easy for them? Why can't I just figure this out? But what if I told you it's not about figuring it out? What if I told you this isn't your fault? Because sometimes the truth is, you've done all the right things. You worked hard, you prayed, you tried the manifestation methods, you read the books, and still nothing changes. That doesn't mean you're broken. That doesn't mean you're not spiritual enough. It means this system is built to break people like you. And still, you keep going, even when your bank account says no, even when your body says rest, but your bills say work, even when hope feels like a luxury you can't afford. That quiet persistence? That's strength most people will never understand. But let's be honest, you don't want to just survive. You want to live. You want to breathe without the weight of scarcity pressing on your chest. You want to feel safe in your own life, and you deserve to. So what do you do when everything feels stacked against you? Here's where we get real. First, you grieve. Yeah, I said it. You let yourself grieve the life you thought you'd have by now, the savings you thought would be there, the stability, the freedom, the space to dream. Grief isn't weakness, it's honesty. Let yourself say, this sucks. Let yourself admit, I'm scared. Let yourself cry for the younger version of you who believed life would be easier than this. And after the grief comes truth. Your soul isn't putting you through this to punish you. It's not testing you for sport. But it is bringing you face to face with the raw edge of yourself, where you have no choice but to reclaim your power from everything outside you. Not because you want to, but because you've had to. You're learning how to create peace in chaos, how to choose love in fear, how to show up in a world that never taught you how to belong. And yes, that's unfair. It shouldn't have to be this hard. But in this pressure, something wild is forming in you. Not resilience in the generic sense, but clarity. A kind of truth that only comes when you've lost everything that used to make you feel safe. You're starting to see through the illusion that the chase for more never ends, that your worth is tied to productivity, that love and safety must be earned through exhaustion. No, you are already worthy, even when you have nothing, especially when you have nothing. So what now? Maybe this isn't the part of your story where you rise yet. Maybe this is the part where you rest, where you sit with your anger, where you let your soul rage, where you say, I don't know how to go on, and somehow still take the next breath anyway. Or maybe it is the part where something changes, not because the external world shifts first, but because you stop abandoning yourself internally. Even in lack, you can still choose yourself. Even in fear, you can still ground into truth. Even with $10 to your name, you can still say, I am not giving up on me. So here's what I want to offer you. If no one else sees how hard you're trying, I do. If no one else hears the silent prayers at 3 a.m., I do. If no one else tells you you're doing enough, let this message tell you. You are. You don't have to fake being okay. You don't have to rise today. You just have to stay. Stay in your body, stay in your breath, stay here, even if the future feels foggy, because you never know. Sometimes the breakthrough doesn't come when you push, but when you finally allow yourself to feel it all. And from that honesty, new answers start to emerge, not from force, not from panic, but from that quiet knowing, I'm still here, I'm still me, and that's enough for today. If this message found you today, it's not a coincidence. Something deep inside you needed this mirror. So let it land, and if no one has told you lately, I'm proud of you, not for what you've achieved, but for how you've held on, for how you've stayed soft, for how you've kept your heart open even when it felt safer to shut down. You are not alone, not in your fear, not in your mess, not in your hope. This world needs you, but more importantly, you need you. So today, choose to stay, even if all you do is breathe, even if all you do is cry, even if all you do is whisper, not today, but maybe tomorrow. That's enough. You are enough, always.